Well, hanging out after the race, drinking beer, Budweiser.
Yeah.
Where's yours?
It's behind you.
You finish them all?
No. It's right behind you.
I was going to say it's too early to finish the beers. All right, man. Overall, not what you want. What took you out, first of all, and but you got to be proud with the night.
Yeah, we had a really fast car and sitting there in second, just kind of waiting to see if we had enough to pressure the 77 for the win, and the fuel pump broke. So at least something, either the cam broke, but somehow or another, it was no longer getting fuel to the carburetor. And so just kind of a freak thing. We don't usually have a lot of problems like that, but it's a bit of a longer race, and but I was thrilled with how it was going. So, yeah, I was just hoping to get into the top 20 for that halfway break, and drove all the way to second. Couldn't believe the car was as good as it was and held on the way it did. It's just a great tire, and the 45 usually doesn't last 125 laps at a racetrack as abrasive as this, but the way my car was handling and the way I could drive it, I could really keep the tire on it and make some hard lap times. So it was really cool. And the second run, or the second set of tires for the last half, was maybe not quite as good, but the car still had good quality characteristics, rolling the center and turning, and everything was going in our favor there for a top 3 finish at least. Yeah.
So you had to make it interesting for those fans, qualifying and all that. You just sandbagger?
I really don't know what the deal is, man. I don't know. I guess I'm just getting old, and I'm just being, honestly, being so precise and perfect that what you have to do in qualifying, hit your marks, and I can go out there and run well in the race because, shoot, man, 4 or 5 laps, I've got it figured out, right? And I know what the car can do and can't do, and I can make the lap time and be smart and drive straight and not spin the rear tires, and I'll run. If the car's really, really good, I can probably make something happen with it. But in qualifying, the tire is really, really slick, like it's on ice for 2 or 3 corners, and it comes in really quickly. So the tire makes this huge swing from zero grip to having grip in a 5 or 6 corner session, and honestly, man, it's just tough for me to figure out. And so I'll have runs or mock runs where I underdrive the car, and that's what I did today. And then I have mock runs where I overdrive it, and I just can't really find out how to hit that right happy medium. But I'm not at the easiest track to do that either. Florence is really, really particular and technical in terms of qualifying, and you overdrive it just a little bit, it's 2/10. And so maybe it's some of the, when we were running at Wilkesboro, a slightly bigger track, I don't know, qualifying, it was easier for me to back up what I could do in practice. And but I don't know, this is, today was tough. I got done with qualifying, I was pretty dejected and not sure whether I needed to be, out here trying to run with these guys. But, it was a big field, strong field, second biggest field in the late model stock ecosystem this year, outside of Martinsville. So, it's a really strong field of cars. But, I got to figure out qualifying. I got the racing down, just got to figure the qualifying out.
Well, you've done probably 10 interviews afterwards, but let's talk about the real stuff after the races here. This is the fun. We all grew up. I grew up at Riverhead Raceway, and afterwards you eat food, you drink beer. How much is this, in a way, the best part of the night?
It is actually a lot of fun. The racing is great. I enjoy the racing, and I want it to go well, and I want to have a competitive car. But the things that happen before the race and after the race, and the interaction you have with people, I've had some conversations, and some people tell me some things, shared with me some things, memories and things that matter to them over the last 3 days that, it kind of outshines the on-track enjoyment. But I had one guy tell me something really, really cool about, not being aware. He was another racer, and he was in the field with me. He didn't qualify well either. And he was like, "Don't get your head down, man. Just keep your head up." He's like, I've I'm racing because I lost my dad, and being here and being with this car and having this car and working on it makes me feel close to him. And listening to you on your podcast talk about all those things has really helped me. And I was like, dude. And he started to walk away. I stopped him. I was like, you have no idea how grateful I am for you sharing that with me right now, because I am not in a good headspace about how I qualified, and I need to really be reminded about what's important. And so those kind of things kept happening all weekend. People coming up and sharing stories, and then after the race, hanging with the guys, drinking beer, grilling some food. It's 2:00 in the morning, and we all ought to be going to bed, but we're gonna eat some hot dogs and cheeseburgers and drink some good beer.
All right. Well, hey, we're going to end this interview, but we might see the sun come up. This bud's for you.